what I'm going to be working on today, look at you for a minute, is putting a bulkhead fitting, a weldless bulkhead fitting, on my keg. So I no longer have to siphon out of it. I can just open a tap and be good to go. And I looked around online and I finally found some good instructions to tell you where to start. What you want to do is find your vent holes in the bottom and pick a spot in between them so you don't have that heat coming right up on your washer. And this seam right here is where your domed bottom is welded on the inside. So take your rubber washer or your steel washer and make sure you're clearing that dome piece on the inside. I'm going to give it at least a 1/16 just above it, and I'm going to mark right in the center of it. That's where I'm going to start my hole, and that should give me plenty of room to add my bulkhead. Zoom in there for you. So you can see I'm just barely above my seam, and I've got my punch mark right in the middle. I'm going to take my washer, put it up. Now, I don't happen to have the right tool for the job. I don't have a punch. I'm not going to go out and get one for this, so I'm going to use a good old Phillips head screwdriver. And all you want to do is start a little divot for your drill bit to grab a hold of. There we go. Now, drill, my screwdriver starting to fall in place whenever I hit it right there. There we go. Now I got a nice punch hole to start. Now most places recommend starting with about a 1/8 inch. I don't have a good high-speed 1/8 inch bit, but I do have one that's about 3/8, and I know it'll work with this. So we're going to start, and if I'm lucky I don't have too much drill bit travel, and I go straight in. Tell I'm sitting on my keg, it keeps it from walking on me and rolling. Now I'm going to switch to the step bit. Alright, what I've ended up getting is a Nico Tools step bit. Goes from 1/4 inch all the way up to 1 3/8 inches, which we're not going to need. The instructions for my bulkhead fitting say go to 1 inch. I'm going to stop at 7/8, measure, check it out, and go from there. And I've got a little WD to keep things cooled down a little bit. I'm just going to take it nice and slow. I'm going about halfway up the bit. Gets hot fast. I think that's 3/4, but we're going to check it. It's always better to check early than too late. Yep, not quite. out. And I'm just going to go little by little now until she slips in there. The tighter the fit, the less the chance of leaks. Almost there. Slow process. Until it hangs up when you're right about the time you're about to hit that next step. Yeah, I think we've hit the 7/8 step now. I'm being extra cautious because you can always take more away. You can't add back to it when you're done. Ooh, she's trying. A little bit more. What I think I'm going to do now is just clean up my hole a little bit with a file. Okay, I'm going to clean away some of these shavings. I definitely recommend you wear eye protection while you're doing this. And I'm going to take this little rasp, and I've got some burrs in there. I'm just going to smooth them out. Now, I probably could have done that with the drill bit, but if you ask me, this is just being a little more cautious. Lean my rasp so I get to smooth out the inside edge. See, we don't have any sharp edges cutting into our washer. Let's see what we got now. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. And if we look to the inside, a little bit off the bottom. I'm going to have to recalculate my my leftover water. It's about maybe a ½ inch off the bottom. So let's get my keg washed up and get it put together now. Okay. Got our hole dug, drilled out, and following the instructions on the bulkhead assembly, you leave your stainless and your rubber washer. It's going to go to the inside with basically nothing to the outside. I'm also going to go ahead and pre-add my diverter pickup tube so I can get as much beer and hopless and tubeless as possible. Alright, got our bulkhead through. Going to start the rubber and the stainless washer. First the rubber washer, then the stainless, and then the lock nut. Then I'm going to put my diverter in here And I'm going to screw from the outside. Alright, get that good and tight in there. Now I can put my diverter where I want it. Get my head out of the way. And also make sure my ball valve is set up on the outside with the handle up. Everything's pretty much in place. So we'll go ahead and start putting down this lock nut. Alright, I'm going to go grab a crescent. We can tighten that lock nut down. Okay, got my crescent for the inside. And it's not big enough. So we're going to use it on the outside to hold my ball valve in place. And I will use channel locks for the inside. One more. I'm mashing that washer down a little too much, looks like. Well, let's test her, see if she holds water without leaking. Okay, for the record on this build, I did have to go back and make some changes. I was getting some leaks underneath. So what I did was take the rasp, the file, and make that hole a little bit bigger because my bulkhead wasn't quite sitting flush. And cleaned it out again real good, tighten it back up, and now it's full of water and it's holding, no leaks. So it looks like I've got about 2 gallons of leftover wort, or what's going to be leftover wort. So I don't like that number. I'm going to play with my diverter tube and see if I can't pick up a little bit more of that. So there you go though. Installation instructions and video on a ball valve into a keg with screw ups and fix ups.